Welcome to OGKPOP Commentary. I'm Rose, and this documentary will be going over a Korean pop group and entertainment company that has garnered a lot of attention recently, for all the wrong reasons. But before we talk about Big Bang and their history of controversy, along with highlighting their biggest, most recent scandal known to date by one of their members that has quickly gained international focus and notoriety, let's first go over their beginning and history to get a better understanding of the group that we like to call the Controversial Kings of K-pop. YG Entertainment was established in 1996 and by 2005 already held many solid acts under their banner. Most notably, popular hip-hop rapping duo Jinu Sean. Four-membered hip-hop group One Time with current known producer Teddy Park, who would later help produce and give rise to the large flagship groups of YG Entertainment known today. Wisung, a well-respected R&B male powerhouse vocalist. YG Entertainment's only female hip-hop solo artist to date, Lexi. Popular male solo performing artist, Seven. YG's answer to an equally larger solo act, B, Rain, under another leading entertainment company, JYP Entertainment. Big Mama, a four-membered power vocal female group, popularly known for each member's talented singing abilities and vocal prowess. And last, but certainly not least, female solo singer Gummy, who was recognized for her solo body of work with YG Entertainment and lending her vocals to many popular Korean drama soundtracks. It wasn't until a 10-part docu-series titled Big Bang, The Beginning that aired on cable TV in 2006 that would document YG's journey to establishing a boy group under their umbrella to compete with rising and trending boy bands that were gaining even more footing and popularity with their formulaic approach and training system within South Korea. The current reigning acts were housed under older, established companies such as DSP Media, founded in 1991, and SM Entertainment, founded in 1995. And while YG held prominence with their own acts, they had yet to house a boy band that could hold their own against the rising trend of boy groups and the rising expectations of the general public. The television series, starting in July and ending in their eventual slated debut time of August 2006, showcased 6 individuals. Kwon Ji-young, who would become leader of the group and one of the main rappers of the band. Previously under SM Entertainment as a trainee, he later entered YG Entertainment and became a YG trainee at the age of 12. He's later dubbed with the stage name G-Dragon or GD, as his original name can loosely mean the will of the dragon. Dong Yong-bae, one of the main vocalists and dancers of the group, is later dubbed Taeyang or Sun in Korean, training with G-Dragon since the tender age of 12. Lee Seung-hyun, the youngest member of the band, who would come to be known by his stage name as Seungri, which can be translated as victory or victorious in Korean, was designated as one of the lead dancers and vocalists of the group. Kang Dae-sung, lead vocalist of the group and later known simply by Dae-sung, which can also be loosely translated as big or great voice.
그냥 음악을 좋아하긴 했는데 가수라고 정한 거는 중3 때. Someday I'll show you all
Choi Seung-hyun, lead rapper, vocalist, and main visual of the group, is more famously noted as T.O.P. or Top to differentiate him from his bandmate with the same first name.
어렸을 때부터 랩은 해왔는데 초등학교 5, 6학년 때부터 해오다가 중학교 때부터 언더그라운드 클럽이나 파티 공연이나 아니면 언더그라운드 그런 공연이나 이런 걸로 굉장히 많이 다녔어요. 뒤처진 시대에 난 불을 켜 날 비웃는 자들이 전우를 부릅도 Till your diamonds in the sky, feel the vibe.
Jang Hyun-sung, a YG trainee at the time who took part in a 2004 YG Open audition. Despite rejection, he pursued President Yang Hyun-suk afterwards and was able to convince him to become a trainee within the company. He would later join a popular boy group Beast under Cube Entertainment. Throughout the series, you can see each individual member's struggles for daily challenges they face and that are placed by their managing team. They are given challenges and missions to be evaluated by the entertainment company and scored accordingly during evaluations. The boys were even given an opportunity to perform a number during prominent senior label mate 7's solo concert in episode 8. With more than 1 million views, it gained viewership and allowed the public a glimpse into the harsh training world and training system, along with the competitive nature of the individuals and entertainment companies vying for top spot within the industry. As you watch the series, you're presented with introductions to each individual, their backgrounds, and how they came to be in YG Entertainment. Certain episodes focus on individual members more than others, to highlight their appeal and captivate the audience even more. Additionally, you start to see emerging dynamics within the group form between each individual due to their contrasting personalities and opinions. You can also see President Yang Hyun-suk and his managing team focus on wanting to hone in and highlight the group as all equally talented performers, producers, and artists, proving their worth and forming a group rather than simply a heavily produced boy band with hand-picked pretty boys, as was the current trend. The documentary showed off each individual's talents, with vocals, rapping, beatboxing, dancing, and songwriting. Certain individuals take over specific areas of expertise as the episodes continue on, which later become even more evident and showcased in their debut album. But all is not well, and despite the many challenges they face together and overcome as a group, tensions rise and stress reaches an all-time high as President Yang Hyun-suk suddenly informs the boys on a climactic and dramatic opening portion of episode 9 that he has chosen to keep 4 boys in the group rather than all 6, eliminating Jang Hyun-sung and Lee Seung-ri. They are eliminated from the final group lineup just an episode shy to the final part of the documentary. Understandably, Hyun-sung cries along with Jiyoung, or G-Dragon, as they have grown close throughout the whole process. Lee Seung-hyun remains somewhat stoic, almost unfocused, and most likely in shock. The managing team later voiced that the group morale has fallen and the group sullen. Yang Hyun-suk reiterates to his team and the boys that ultimately this is work, and although they have grown close, they have to prioritize what is best for the group as a whole. He later states, speaking with the remaining selected boys, "It's not important how long you trained, or how difficult practice was. This is the beginning now. We have to work harder than ever. The 4 of you aren't at your peak performance yet, but you are brought together as you fill in each other's weaknesses." There isn't much time to stay sad, as YG plans to start them recording by the end of the month and practice hard on their new songs until then. With mixed emotions, the 4 selected boys end their days as trainees and officially sign on with the company. Now all of them stand together and are also shown preparing for a 2006 FIFA World Cup performance as backup dancers for senior company label mate 7, so that they may gain even more experience, confidence, and skills to prepare them for their upcoming debut stages. We later find Jang Hyun-sung in an empty YG Entertainment office, listening to music and singing along in English to practice his vocals. At the same time, you see Lee Seung-hyun, Seung-ri continuing to use the basement and company facilities to practice in the early morning, while everyone else is still asleep. Later interview cuts allowed the two to provide their reactions post-elimination, allowing both to share their thoughts with the audience. Hyun-sung states, "Though I was dropped from here, I don't need anything else. Not even a dorm. Just a place to sleep and a place to practice. All I want are these 2 things." While Seung-ri states, "I thought that after I was dropped, the president would send us back home. I thought he'd say, 'Leave, we don't need you.' But he said he'd let us use the practice rooms, and after the chosen guys were done practicing, we could practice early in the morning. He wouldn't say anything about that, so I felt relieved." In the ending minutes of the 9th episode, a staff member brings up the fact that the 2 eliminated boys are still practicing, and the question on everyone's minds remains, are you going to give these boys another chance? President Yang Hyun-suk states that he'll give them one last chance on Saturday. A final shot for the 2 dropped trainees is climactically offered in the second-to-last episode of the documentary. Within the last 2 weeks of the show, we are faced with both remaining eliminated boys vying for one last shot to be part of the complete lineup for the planned YG debuting boy band under the group name Big Bang, illustrating the company's high hopes and expectations in having the group making an explosive impact on the K-pop music industry. After multiple dance practices and watching both boys, President Yang Hyun-suk calls Seungri into his office. He starts by saying, "Thinking that your life is in my hands makes me feel sorry," with a climactic pause and the narrator cutting in, asking the audience, what will be Seungri's result from all his efforts the past couple of weeks since his elimination? I've decided to give you a chance. While watching you for 2 weeks, I noticed a slight change in you. And if I give you 2 years instead of 2 weeks, I believe an even bigger change will occur. You're confident about that, right? President Yang Hyun-suk poses the question to Seungri. "Yes, I am confident," he replies. "I hope that you'll be able to show me why I gave you this chance, okay?" "Yes, sir." Congratulations. It is with this that despite the earlier elimination of Hyun-sung and himself, that Seungri finally lets his tears show and cries into his hands. The words he's been waiting for are realized, and only now can he finally shed the tears he's been holding back. Unable to contain his happiness as he exits the office, a look of disbelief still shows on his face, as if he still can't believe in the result himself. It is with this that he narrowly escapes elimination. Unfortunately, with Seungri's good news comes Hyun-sung's bad. Following Seungri, Hyun-sung enters President Yang Hyun-suk's office. "Hyun-sung, the last time I saw you was last week. What were you thinking about for the past week?" "I think I did well, as much as I practiced to get ready, so I was happily able to finish it. I really did my best, but what I feel bad about was that I think I went overboard, and so I don't think it seemed natural, which is most important." "That was always your problem," responded President Yang Hyun-suk. "During the time you've trained in YG until now, your biggest problem wasn't your dancing nor your singing. It was that your expressions weren't natural enough for the song or dance. Wasn't that your biggest problem?" "Yes," Hyun-sung responds. "After your last performance, I thought really hard for 2 days. But what I think is that Hyun-sung, you're dropped." A dramatic montage of Hyun-sung's time with the group plays in the background, almost as if trying to placate the audience to give them one more glimpse of Hyun-sung and dedicating the screen time to show how much time he had dedicated to the group thus far, knowing that this is the end of the road for him, with this group at least, showing them just how close he had become to the other members and how close he was to making it with them together in the end, yet also gently reminding the audience that with many things that are worth it in life, they are hard-earned. Though no separation is easy, it is inevitable, especially with the nature of the music industry and such a competitive business.
널 떠나라는 말을 어떻게 나에게 할 수 있니? 너무나도 당황해 그만 너를 보냈지. 사랑한 기억이 나를 붙잡고 좋았던 말들이 나를 울리고 또 나를 하지 말란 말조차 하기도 전에 벌써 넌 돌아서 버렸고.
We are left with final words from Hyun-sung saying, "This is hard work, but if you give up because something is hard, then where in this world would you find something that isn't? I don't think it's over yet. I believe I can do it again. After I wake up, I'll have to practice smiling again. It is with this that President Yang Hyun-suk has selected the final lineup for his group. Bringing the five together, he reiterates to them, "I gathered the five of you because I think you have potential. Even after you debut, besides doing TV programs, nothing will change. Do you understand what I mean? You'll have to continue practicing your vocals, and on your own time, you'll have to continue to develop yourself. I want this group and each member to always improve, or else you will be dismissed from the group." Emphasizing that the hard work isn't over, he highlights that it will be a continuous uphill battle even after debuting with the group. Despite all the hard work that they've done so far, and the years of training that they put themselves through, this was only the beginning. It is rare for a group, male or female, in any music industry, to reach the top and enjoy longevity with all the original members of the lineup intact. But with any group that manages to reach the top and stand out among their peers, there is always the inevitable lows. And Big Bang's lows were a category unto themselves. The Korean music industry has never seen a group like this before. And as the group's leader, G-Dragon, starts to live down his scandalous streak, with the youngest following closely behind with his own controversy, the group's oldest and main rapper, Top, or T.O.P., rocks the K-pop music industry and takes the media headlines by storm through his own series of scandals. Using drugs with a female trainee was only the tip of the iceberg.